else is out here doing crazy like this.
It works, boys.
If I'm willing to put this on my skin, you can buy some skins. Just go for it, dog.
Shout out to all the guys from FaZe here. Much love, boys.
The Titans of FaZe Clan. That was maybe the only chance. The Guardian comes back in. Oh, Guardian, he gets two. There's still more to go though. Cloud9 must pop the bomb. The peaks come in, but Guardian will not stop. One more to go, and Guardian gets them all. FaZe win the championship.
He's up.
To tell FaZe Clan's story, we have to bring you back to May 2010, when FaZe Sniping made their YouTube debut. Back then, they were a Call of Duty sniping clan founded by 3 players: Clips, Housecat, and Resistance. The trio garnered a reputation for elevating the art of trick-shotting by adding 360s, no-scopes, ladder stalls, and weapon switching to the already established content mine that was quick-scope videos. Trick-shotting had existed in the past, but FaZe were one of the first groups to do it as a team, and their YouTube content took off when Fakey, one of the world's most popular trick-shotters, joined the team. It was during that era when FaZe unveiled their beloved IllCam's Team Taj series on YouTube. That generation of gaming on YouTube wasn't just about being the best, it was about looking cool while doing it. And it was that finesse that became FaZe Clan's calling card. In 2014, Temper, who was running a lot of FaZe's operation at the time, had new FaZe member Banks move in with him.
I actually moved in with Tommy into his place. We're gonna be living together, making videos, making really good videos. We have awesome ideas. We're like 20 minutes from my hometown, and we decided this would be a sick opportunity to collab and do a whole bunch of stuff for you guys, for his fans.
And it was then, in Boston, that FaZe began pairing lifestyle content with their growing gaming brand.
What's good, YouTube? It's Banks, and today I'm going to be recruiting Lois to FaZe.
Good morning, guys. This is my 100th video upload. This is my second day in the life.
It was that swagger that drew the attention of some of COD eSports' biggest names and ushered in one of the greatest rivalries in the history of eSports: FaZe Clan versus OpTic Gaming.
3 versus 3, time is ticking. Oh, Sensa! He's just gonna kill a bubble game by a second! Sensa! Unbelievable play! FaZe were in complete control, and out of nowhere, OpTic, they just went huge.
Round of applause for Nate's shot.
In many ways, FaZe and OpTic were one and the same. They both made video content around Call of Duty and provided their players with a platform to promote themselves. This way, the brand succeeds, the players succeed, and names like FaZe and OpTic become household names. FaZe entered Call of Duty eSports around the Black Ops 2 era and didn't exactly burst onto the scene as they failed to win a series outside of the open bracket at MLG Winter. And at that MLG Spring event, the team would face off against OpTic for the first time at a major tournament.
We have an amazing matchup in front of us. They have another challenge in front of them, and that challenge is OpTic Gaming, the green wall. Can they topple the green wall, Benson?
The first 3 maps are all stand-up. This is something that we saw OpTic do earlier on in the weekend, and it paid dividends to them. But meanwhile, Big T with a 2-piece on the half point. All he wants to do at this point is call it out to his teammates. He's going to go for the zoom. He gets a kill as well. Scoppy connects with methods from there. I don't think he expected that, but he's trying to hunt down the FaZe player. Shoots Heist in the back. Nice play coming from Scoppy. Needs to find the second on the hill. Not going to happen.
OpTic would get the best of FaZe as MLG Spring served as the first in a long line of defeats at the hands of their bitter rivals. But after another roster change, we're ready to take on a new-look OpTic Gaming roster at UMG Philadelphia in a gripping 5-game set.
We actually have 1 player left alive. It's 3 seconds left. Ricky can't
Ricky,
do it,
1
and
versus
FaZe
1.
will have taken the W. And what an amazing game from both teams. Hey,
Holy
when it all
moly.
comes down to it, you just got to do what you got to do.
What a game.
What a game. FaZe
What a game.
ends up taking it in a nail-biting
Wow.
matchup here.
I just like
Talking
to say, hold it.
It was one of their first major upsets in COD eSports, and it came against their greatest rival. And even though they didn't win the event, it set the pace for the team going forward. It was only later, in 2014, that FaZe would finally catch the wind in their sails.
For those of you who didn't hear today, we have officially dropped Nameless from the squad and picked up Proofy.
And with the addition of Proofy to their lineup, they became a major contender in Call of Duty eSports and made it further at the Call of Duty World Championships 2014 US Regional than OpTic. But Worlds was a different story. OpTic were able to best FaZe and finish in 3rd, while Proofy and co. finished in 6th. But FaZe rebounded and started to chain some strong finishes together, which only helped the YouTube side of their business. The fandom surrounding FaZe Clan, their COD team, and their rivalry with OpTic was growing, and it had only just begun.
Move up and get map control as it is for the offense, because the B bomb site, for example, is closer.
You know, one thing that I think's changed it a lot on defense is, you know, the offensive team able to strong arm stun.
Denial wins, they're done. If FaZe wins, last map S&D.
And you see Senza right there with a headshot through the wall on a replay. Denial can go up 3-1. FaZe can go up. FaZe can actually tie this 2-2 right now with a win from Apathy. This is the biggest round of the tournament for both of these teams and players.
And oh my gosh, to take out Saints. Are you serious right now?
After Worlds, FaZe brought home their first significant titles, UMG Nashville 2014 and the COD League Season 1 regular season title. But their team was constantly ravaged by roster shuffling, and it was only as Call of Duty Advanced Warfare came out that they would finally build a stable roster. Censor and Apathy were joined by Slasher and a player that would go on to define FaZe COD, Aches.
What did you do to change things here this tournament?
I mean, I really didn't do anything. I mean, it's kind of fell a point for me after we beat OpTic at Columbus, and I mean, I don't want to say anything got boring, but I was just kind of focusing on other things.
Aches was not only a highly touted player in his own right, but had developed a reputation as OpTic Gaming's kryptonite, making him a perfect fit for FaZe. The team attended Advanced Warfare's first event at MLG Columbus 2014 in pursuit of a trophy. But after making their way to the winner's bracket, tragedy struck as Aches severely cut his hand mid-tournament. But Aches had a title in his sights, and he wasn't going to let anything get in his way.
I want to hop on board with Aches. I want to see how he's going to be playing. I don't even think he got to warm up. I think he's just here now, just showed up. Oh man, I'm hoping the best for him.
And after making their way through the bracket stage, only one team stood between them and the trophy, OpTic Gaming. The series started and Aches was up to his old tricks, thwarting OpTic at every turn.
So Aches trying to get the contested, but he just jumped straight towards someone. He gets the kill.
Nice
Around. Aches with the two-piece. That was massive play from him.
Aches gonna take it from Apathy, and here we go, 8-0. This one looking all but over.
Amazing
Aches with the
2 points. FaZe turning up in uplink.
In a brand new game with their best lineup, FaZe Clan had finally defeated OpTic on COD's biggest stage.
What a comeback! FaZe had to do it twice, 2 best of 5s!
It was during the 2015 season that the OpTic FaZe rivalry fully spilled over. OpTic looked flawless throughout most of the year, while FaZe stumbled out of the gate. But the intensity of the rivalry fueled FaZe even amidst one of the most dominant years in OpTic's history.
FaZe are gonna take the UMG Dallas Grand Final 3-0 in the first best of 5. And Enable's gonna let you know about it.
Getting hyped. FaZe Clan only dropping 2 maps throughout the entire weekend. Honestly, just looking dominant.
After Dallas, FaZe took another title from OpTic at Gfinity Summer. And it was during that time that FaZe and OpTic were considered the 2 best teams in Call of Duty for the first time ever.
FaZe and OpTic have gone back and forth for a long time with like sniping, trick shotting, all that kind of stuff. They've always been like the 2 biggest teams, so people have just kind of saw them as rivals. But now, for the first time ever, FaZe and OpTic are pretty much the 2 top teams in the game. FaZe and OpTic are 2 of the top teams in competitive Call of Duty right now. This has not really happened before. FaZe and OpTic have not always been like the best or considered the best at the same time in a real game.
But FaZe would get bested in their final bout against OpTic in Advanced Warfare, marking a disappointing end to what many argue was FaZe COD's most defining year. Next up for FaZe was the release of Black Ops 3 and the announcement of the Call of Duty World League in 2016, the biggest step COD had ever made in their esports trajectory. Since that heralded FaZe OpTic era of 2015, FaZe Clan Call of Duty hasn't been able to return to the top of their game. But make no mistake, this organization will always be at the heart of the Call of Duty scene. While FaZe Clan was rising to prominence in Call of Duty, the organization seized the opportunity to branch out into another massive FPS title, Counter-Strike Global Offensive. FaZe Clan acquired G2 eSports CSGO roster for a reported $700,000 in January 2016 and began their voyage into the game's burgeoning esports scene. And it was at their first event at DreamHack Leipzig in 2016 where they showed that they could hang with some of the game's best, even though they failed to make it out of groups.
The aforementioned Molotov here, and it's going to come right now. Will it be enough?
Well, they don't have a kit, so they can't just hold it down. This Molotov going to buy a significant amount of time. They also know where McNeil is. They're going to have to try and go for him here. That Molotov still burning inside. McNeil wins the first fight against Zeus. They don't have a kit. They might not have time. McNeil goes for it. He wins the one fight. He sprays him down. McNeil picking up a triple kill. FNX is checking from behind. Oh, but they lied. Oh, right. He shuts down. Oh, for a headshot. It's an ace to finish the half.
2016 was a growing year for FaZe's Counter-Strike roster. They managed to take a 9th-12th finish at the year's first major in Columbus.
And Rain actually winning that fight, he's down to 4 health. I mean, once you're in the corner and they know you're there and Simple saw him the first time, that's not a very good position any longer. So, huge play coming out of Rain here with that double kill. McNeil inside the A-bomb side. He's going to get shut down by Hiko, but AZ is there, and actually Elige is going to be getting Hiko getting a team kill on Elige. AZ going down, but he did the damage to help out. Rain coming in, he gets one more kill for the quad with 4 health left.
A 5th-6th finish at DreamHack Bucharest.
But how soon does he use it? Because they're going to go 1 versus 3 onto this. He's going to push them all 4 seconds. They're on it early enough. He can hold through this. They're going to get the defuse. They're going to get the defuse just barely.
And another 9th-12th finish at ESL1 Cologne, the year's 2nd major.
Crimson long indicates they're likely going to go on this because he'll just wait to anchor the position. Good shot from AZ to start it off, though. That's one of the AWPs still with vision. He's got 2. He can spoil this round for Fnatic as he finds Dennis a 3rd. And a 4th for AZ as he jumps over and finds Flusha.
In the lead-up to E-League Season 2, FaZe shook up their roster by signing former Astralis IGL Kerrigan ahead of the 2017 season. Much like with their Call of Duty roster, FaZe had become known as an organization that wasn't afraid to shake up their roster to achieve the results their fans expected. And with Kerrigan on board, they looked strong at 2017's inaugural major. FaZe were bested in the brackets by SK Gaming, but showed that with Kerrigan, they were capable of competing at the game's highest level.
So the core element that changed with FaZe to make what should have been an experimental concept team, but one that ultimately should have failed as an experiment, and take that and make it into one of the best teams in the world, was adding in this player Kerrigan, who's one of the all-time great CSGO in-game leaders.
And then came the era of the Bosnian Beast.
Mouse's buy is going to be torn away from them very, very quickly by Titan. Oh my god, Nico gets 3, 4! Oh my lungs, I don't believe it! Shox then has just to find one more. The molly isn't going to touch him. And what on earth has just happened as Deagle is on fire and Shox is going to walk into it as well. Nico is on fire.
Considered to be one of the best young players in the world, Nico Kovac joined FaZe Clan in a blockbuster signing that shook the Counter-Strike world.
And just what he can pull off, the multi-frags he can do, the way that he approaches the game. He's one of those players, you know, who we always talk about being a top player, and it's going to be exciting to see what he can do in this FaZe roster.
And they wasted no time showing just how great they could be, winning Star Letter Season 3 on the back of a stellar performance from their newest superstar.
One of the best players in the world. This is a very tall order, but he opens up well.
Gets to the AK quickly without response. He's in a great position, and Nico's got all 3.
Nico is just waiting. Without the armor, how are they able to break through? They just can't.
Nico to hold off this plant. 4 kills for Kenny in the round. It won't be the ace because he's already sprayed down. Nico's going to get both as he walks in. MP9 undetected.
But 2017's second major was a different story.
CT covered off, 7 seconds gone, they rush in, taps and waits at Emo, good time on the peak, good damage, they're lining up for it, making it a lot easier as well as he goes to the pistol, and a crossfire established, 13 rounds for Big, no terrorist rounds won yet by FaZe as 5 have gone by in the way of the CTs.
Nico has to stand his ground, Electronic on the high ground himself. Last man standing, the bomb is down again, the 1 versus 1 is Kerrigan, the in-game leader, the talisman for FaZe Clan, he can't do it, flip side, hello, have finally done it, 16-10. They've taken it over the line. They had so many rounds to do it. That has to be highest expectation and worst outcome that I've seen in recent memory at a major.
Absolutely, if you consider the way that they were building in towards this major, it's really insane, isn't it?
After an 0-3 group stage exit, FaZe knew that changes needed to be made, and in classic FaZe fashion, their way of handling it was to make a massive move. After Krakow, FaZe acquired both Olaf Meister Kyber, and Ladislav Guardian Kovac to assemble the biggest super team in modern CSGO history. To put that much star power on a team at once was unprecedented and sent a clear message to the CSGO community. FaZe didn't want to sit around and develop an in-house roster. They wanted to win now. And at ESL New York, they made sure that everyone knew that FaZe Clan was the team to beat.
They should be able to hold it off. They go, smoke, lineup, a lineup they've got to get out of. Nico's got them sitting in the rights in the traps. It goes to the pistol. If they lose like this, it would be a disaster. But what a play from Nico. On North American soil is Twist. Gets another kill, but Kerrigan's fast to get it behind JDM, who opened off the kills. Still, Liquid have a chance with a man advantage. They've got to be careful of the smoke that's down, and Kerrigan continues on good form.
Into the bike. Don't even get it. Oh my god, what has happened? Rain and Long looking for blood, and he gets 4 headshots. It's over. The ref's called it.
And then Nico well in the way as he goes back to Sandwich.
I don't know how they do this. How are they going to pull this one out? They've got smokes and flashbangs. That's about it.
And the nades rain. Arsenal toward the firebox in hope of a kill. All in one position, and Guardian makes it just Nitro to find the flash. And Nico fittingly gets the last kill as FaZe dominate New York in 2017 in the Barclays Center all the way through this tournament. They've looked so good. And they'll let the new boys get the trophy. Guardian's done this before. Olaf joins him.
FaZe would close out 2017 by hammering home that message. After New York, they won E-League 2017.
With a big triple kill, leaving it in a one-on-one, and Olaf Meister gonna get the spray.
Placed second at IEM Oakland.
They're up against Nico, one of the world's best, and he finds a 3-man spray down. Olaf Meister chiming in. I think that's it. We're absolutely done on Inferno, and it will be FaZe tying up the series.
Second at the ESL Pro League Season 6 finals.
Falling gets close. He's perfectly positioned above the bong so long as he hasn't lost sight of it. That's a better way to do it. Fall down and line it up. I thought he might not get toward it. Second time Fallen's died in his smoke trying to defuse. And another important round. Rain finds 2 and FaZe have a lead.
And won it all at the ECS finals.
Flash in. Not even close to blinding out JD, or excuse me, Nico. So JDM goes down and Rain brought back only for 1. Oh! Only for 1, and Nico gets traded back as well. As he still continues on with the AWP. It's quite remarkable. And then to the pistol, and then to the win.
He is playing out of his mind right now.
But to truly prove they were the best, they had to win a major. And the Super Team's first shot to do that was at the beginning of 2018 in Boston.
They're one of the favorites to win the whole thing, so more or less for them this is just a way to... I think it's actually great for FaZe in a sense that they actually get to play some official games.
FaZe lived up to their expectations early, dominating their competition en route to a Grand Finals berth. But it was there where Goliath would come face to face with David. Cloud9 were a team of destiny, and not even a super team with some of the world's best players could get in their way.
That was maybe the only chance, but Guardian comes back in. Oh, Guardian, he gets 2. There's still more to go, though. Cloud9 must plant the bomb. The peaks come in, but Guardian will not stop. 1 more to go, and Guardian gets them all.
Team Harrigan leaving Astralis. Tarek as well. He's got a lot to prove, and he's trying to do so. Relentless aggression, doesn't matter what the situation. Oh, that's dirty, but it is from Stewie 2K, and Tarek finishes things up. He's popping off. Olaf Meister has been taken out towards B bomb site, but automatic's going towards A. Nothing else is going on. He's got to go back. Stewie's on his own, but look at the time. Look at the time. There's 7 seconds to got the bomb. They're trying to build pyramids, but there's no more play. Stewie's won the round. We're going to overtime. He's the only man standing between Cloud9 and the Major. It's going to be a double peak. There's the first one. Oh! We're going to overtime number 2.
Guardian waits patiently as Cloud9 sends the push up. Oh, it happens. They made it work. Cloud9 are your E-League Major champions.
Despite failing to win a major, the team has become a household name in the scene. They've got that vintage FaZe swagger and prove that they can replicate the infectious allure of FaZe fandom that started back in the COD days. As long as the game they're playing allows you to style on them, FaZe will step up and show you that they know how to do that best. It's this content-first culture, this sort of irreverent, we don't give a fuck but we'll still clown on you attitude that has launched FaZe Clan into the stratosphere as of late. With the onset of the Battle Royale boom, the skyrocketing popularity of Twitch, and the personality-driven content that FaZe set the bar for, the brand thrived.
What's going on, little babies? Jesus. Alyssa, what the... Hell yeah, we did it, dude. That was a lit stream. What the? Who the else is out here doing crazy like this? What the?
Hey, no, dude.
Nobody.
FaZe had always towed the line of gaming and reality television, but now those two things had become more or less one and the same.
Are you serious? You are amazing. Thank you. My friends are watching.
FaZe took their first step into PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds during the game's boom in late 2017. They invested in an esports team, but also sponsored streamers. And it's this intersection between the competitive side of games and Twitch that made FaZe the perfect Battle Royale org. They already knew how to turn competitive gaming into content. And, well, that's what Battle Royales were built around.
Shout out to my partner, Tfue. Good stuff, Turner.
All right, Tfue, what about you?
Cloaksy with the hot carry, dude.
And of course, nothing embodies that more than Fortnite. When it became clear that Fortnite was the biggest game in the world, FaZe was quick to jump on board.
Today we have a really special episode. We have the best Fortnite team in the world. We got FaZe Pro Fortnite team here. We got Tfue, Cloak, Tommy and Adapter here, and then we got Jailmock and the newest member, Tenpo.
They signed a team that would compete, but would mainly focus on streaming, as is the Fortnite way. In the short time that Fortnite has been around, FaZe has cemented itself as the go-to organization for both competitive and entertainment-based content. All eyes may have been on the likes of Ninja, Myth, and Tim the Tatman when the game first blew up, but FaZe has been one of the only organizations to solidify itself as a significant part of the game's zeitgeist. The game is glamorous, it's in your face, it's loud, and it makes a lot of money. After all, that's what FaZe is all about.
What is wrong with you, dude? 515K. Bro, you dropped 22. Yo, alright. Let's get some food. Let's get some drinks. Let's celebrate.
This has, of course, been spearheaded by one of the world's most famous Fortnite streamers and pro players, Tfue.
Crypto Killer with the $100 donation. Holy fucking shit, dude. Hey, GG, man. Oh! Oh! My shotty isn't reloaded. Oh! Hello, buddy. How are you doing in there?
The ex-H1Z1 star has become synonymous with FaZe's Fortnite brand. He was signed on to partner with Cloak as FaZe's premier competitive Fortnite duo, but has since blown up into a name that rivals the likes of Ninja in the world of Fortnite. And in classic FaZe fashion, the kid's got game too. Tfue is regarded by many as the world's best competitive Fortnite player, and this was further reinforced back in October of 2018 at TwitchCon when he and Cloak competed at the Fortnite Fall Skirmish Finals. It was there where the two teammates put on a show to remember.
You've got Snood on the high ground as well. He's got no walls! Tfue and Cloaksy with another! Cloaksy still alive. Remember, coming into this, they were already first in points after game one. There's one for Cloaksy.
Cloaksy's still in this thing. Looks like Tfue may have been eliminated earlier.
But Cloaksy's got 4 limbs.
And as
I think that's the 5th.
That's 5th.
Cloaksy now at 5 limbs.
Himself. Cloaksy has been putting out a show already.
I'm telling you, he's the MVP.
They absolutely dominated. They showed that they were in a league of their own, and they went home with the $400,000 top prize.
Shout out to all the guys from FaZe here. Much love, boys.
TwitchCon, one last time! Let's hear it for your #1 duo!
And right next to them, in second place, was yet another member of FaZe, Nate Hill. And with FaZe Fortnite being the most hyped brand, doing the brunt of the winning in the world's most popular game, the FaZe lifestyle brand has reached heights we never knew a gaming org could. They've recently collaborated with Champion for exclusive FaZe clothing that sold out in seconds, and they chained that into a wild signing, FaZe Boat.
You may have saw Lil Yachty make the announcement that he was officially joining FaZe Clan. Well, we're here to tell you that the rumors are indeed true. FaZe Boat is official.
FaZe Clan has truly done it all in the gaming world. And, well, a wild amount outside of that sphere as well. If anyone deserves credit for changing the mold in this weird vision of gaming and entertainment and watching people rage on the internet as a TV-like activity,
Whoa!
Oh, I was gonna destroy!
It's them. They've turned headshots and 360s and jumping off high places and wearing expensive clothes and partying and Call of Duty into things that are somehow closely related. And when you take a closer look, it's all kind of beautiful. Because when you see someone phase up, you know what that means. This is a brand that transcends the FPS genre and gaming itself. It's both simple and complicated all at once, a whirlwind of bling and op shots. FaZe Clan.